What's up, y'all? Welcome to this review, and in this review I'm going to be giving my thoughts and feelings and review of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge lightsaber. I got this tonight at Galaxy's Edge, and I just had to make a video showing off and giving sort of my thoughts about it. I'm at Disneyland a lot, like I mean a lot. And lately, since Galaxy's Edge has been open, you see these lightsabers all over Disneyland. And the more I saw them, the more I'm like, you know what? I gotta go see if this whole thing, this whole lightsaber thing, is really worth it. Because the more I saw of them at night, it did look cool. People waving them, the glow, the look, all that kind of stuff. But the thing that was sort of the big turnoff for me was just that price. That price of $199 for your lightsaber. It was just all like, ooh man, on sort of the paycheck and sort of budget I have. I don't know if I have that kind of money to sort of throw away. But these things in the end did end up looking really cool. Plus the whole experience of sort of building your own lightsaber was kind of appealing. And just the way these things look. I mean, this is not that cheap sort of fold-up shit that you would get at a kid store or anything like that. You see it in that these are real sort of like light 'em up actual lightsabers with the whole customizable experience. So I definitely wanted to go see and what was going on, and was this sort of like an experience worth sort of the price tag. Besides the actual ride at Galaxy's Edge Smuggler's Run, this was definitely sort of the next thing that people were really sort of intrigued about or excited about when it came to going into Galaxy's Edge. So going in there, in terms of the actual place you go to get to the lightsabers, it's a place called Savvy's Workshop. And the way they sort of do it over in Galaxy's Edge, the sort of story, is that it's just where a bunch of collectors collect a bunch of sort of scrap metal to sort of construct lightsabers from travelers from other planets to sort of build their own lightsaber, their own path, what they want to do, sort of what affiliation they go on, the side of good, the side of evil, all that kind of stuff. In terms of how you get in, it's actually not that bad a service. You make yourself a reservation. I made mine for 7:30. Then at 7:30 you go over. They'll send you over to a group. You actually get a pin with your reservation. You can't see what it looks like right here, but depending on what sort of lightsaber type you go with, that's sort of the pin that you'll get, sort of a cool looking Star Wars symbol kind of pin, just to show like what kind of group that you're in. Then you go in to the actual workshop, and what I must say about the actual experience in the workshop is that the presentation is absolutely incredible. The way the workshop looks definitely feels like a real sort of Star Wars location, a place that you would actually build a lightsaber. But what's even more impressive is how sort of the cast members sort of present themselves and how they act in terms of this whole building your whole lightsaber experience. The main guy who's standing in the middle of the room will give sort of this amazing speech about sort of this whole legacy of the lightsaber, the history of the people that have used the different types of lightsabers, and the way they do it is just all like, oh my god. I got really excited listening to it. It was just so well done, and the way they do it is not just sort of like, here we go, we're gonna build some lightsabers. No, the way these cast members did it when I went there, just bravo. It got me really excited to get going. So then once they give their whole spiel about the lightsabers and stuff like that, then you'll actually start to build it yourself. And you'll have someone over there to help you sort of put the pieces together if you're having sort of a hard time. Admittedly, on some parts, I was having a tough time sort of connecting the pieces or getting them sort of tightened together. But thankfully, they help you out. And it should be noted that you have a sort of lightsaber type that you can choose. The one that I chose was Power. That's what sort of affiliated with sort of Darth Vader, those kind of characters, Kylo Ren. And you see for Power, you get sort of this design right here. Definitely got a whole lot of sort of a bulkier feel to it than sort of the lightsaber that Luke or Rey would be using, sort of the Jedi. There's also another type that I can't remember what it was called, but it's sort of like an old-fashioned looking lightsaber. Honestly, it was kind of more looking wooden than anything else. But yeah, this was the type I decided to go with just because of the appealing sort of design of the hilt and all that kind of stuff. So once you sort of put your stuff together, you get to choose your sort of kyber crystal. As you can see, I went with the color red. I don't know, I just felt like red lended itself to sort of kind of like cooler pictures and stuff like that. I'll talk more about the color later on. But as you can see, the way it lights up, just really cool. And the final way that they give you your lightsaber, the way when you first see it light up, so cool the way it's done. But now just talking about the lightsaber itself, ultimately, I was really impressed with how this is. the thing that I have got to say about it is that it definitely feels like a real lightsaber in terms of the weight. This metal part right here is made out of actual, well, metal. It's not like some plastic shit or nothing like that. You can feel the weight behind it to where it's all like, this actually feels like something like real in that universe, just not like sort of a kid's toy or something like that. And like I said, the detail on it and sort of the weight, sort of the metal, definitely looks like something like that a Sith Lord of a character that wanted a whole lot of power would want to get. And then the way it lights up, really impressive. I don't know if you can hear that well, but you hear that sort of light 'em up sound, the sound that you obviously want to hear when you light up your lightsaber. You turn it off, you hear that sound right there. You turn it on. That's the shit you want to hear when you light up a lightsaber. And what's really cool also is that when you move it around, you get sort of that lightsaber dueling kind of sound. Although what I will say about this is that this is not a toy for whacking shit. If you want to whack shit, definitely use sort of those kids' lightsabers that you fold them up. This is definitely more for display right here. Some really cool display, but definitely don't go around whacking shit with this because it will break. What's definitely really cool also is that after you're done, that you actually get a free sort of carrying bag that you can put your lightsaber in, so you can really sort of enjoy your day in the park without having to hold this all over the place. So that was really cool, and that's sort of the end of the experience right there.
Take a deep breath and activate. Raise your lightsabers. You have built a lightsaber, like the Jedi and Sith who came before you. And like them, you too can change the galaxy. Remember, it only takes a spark.
Ultimately, the whole Galaxy's Edge lightsaber thing definitely was a really cool experience. Like I said, the presentation was the best thing about it, and how the cast members really sort of got you into the mood to feel like just like how important lightsabers were, and the whole sort of building experience, the legacy, all that stuff was really cool. Now the price tag for it was $215. I mean, that's definitely a whole lot of money, but I mean, you really can't get an experience like this anywhere else, and it definitely does deliver. And the main thing that this is great for is just a display. I mean, you see how it just sort of like lights up a room. Definitely some amazing stuff. Somehow I just want to sort of try and get it on my wall just to sort of light it up when I want to. One thing that did disappoint me though is that I wanted to actually get more colors for this lightsaber. As you see, I went with red for power, but just in case I'm feeling a little indecisive afterwards, I wanted to try and get a blue kyber crystal to sort of power it up to be sort of have that blue color, which definitely looks cool also. But unfortunately, when I went, they didn't have any. So if I want that blue kyber crystal, I'm going to have to go in some other time and sort of find one. That was disappointing, but definitely didn't affect the whole experience overall. So ultimately, $215 is a little pricey, but in terms of the experience, the way this thing looks, the way this thing feels, and just how sort of kind of like a unique experience the whole thing was, I would definitely say that this was something worth getting for me, and I did have a whole lot of fun doing it. And the friend that I brought in with the experience with me, who filmed all my reactions, how I was going while I was doing this, definitely fun also. So I would say that this was definitely fun and definitely worth getting in my opinion. That wasn't even the best part of my experience at Galaxy's Edge today. While I was in the Docking Bay 7 restaurant, I saw Kobe freaking Bryant in the restaurant. And you see the jersey I'm wearing right now, my Lakers LeBron jersey. It was all like, oh man, this day was just meant to be right here. So that was unbelievable and made my day also, because I saw him. I went to the restaurant after I got this lightsaber. So it's all like, man, this was just like the perfect 1-2 holy shit combo right here. So that definitely made this a really fun day at Galaxy's Edge. So that'll do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and thank you for watching.